Hey YouTube, today we're going to do some making fun of 9mm people again, because 9mm people can't leave it alone that a 45 ACP is a good carry round. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my carry gun, my everyday carry gun, as an example, and I'm going to show you some ammunition, and I'm going to give you some statistics. Now, statistics are boring for a lot of people, but I get comment after comment after comment of all these internet scientists that want to tell me how wrong I am. So I'm going to sit here and prove it. I never do this. I never look at notes, but I'm going to have to do that for this because I don't have everything memorized. So what we're going to use here as an example is my everyday carry gun. This is a Glock 30S chambered in the Lord's caliber 45 ACP. It is a subcompact 45 ACP Glock, and this is what I carry every single day. The capacity on this thing is 10 plus 1, which means it holds 10 rounds in the magazine and 1 in the chamber, which carries around 11 rounds of 45 ACP in a gun this small. It fits in the palm of my hand. And I have another video, which I'm going to attempt, and I'm not a professional YouTuber, I'm going to attempt to put a link into it, where I compare comparable size Glocks in 45 ACP and 9mm. The two Glocks I used in that video are the Glock 30S, which is right here in front of you, and my Glock 26, which is a subcompact double stack 9mm. Same setup and everything, only a 9mm. I do not have that out today, but I'll put a link in the description of the video so you can see the size difference and see there is no difference, hardly at all, not enough to write home about in size. So let's get started with this ammunition that I carry. This is what they call Hornady Critical Defense. It's a nickel cased 45 ACP cartridge. It's 185 grain, hollow point with a polymer tip in it to control how hard it opens up. Now, I'm going to give you some statistics on this particular ammunition, and everything that I tell you here, I'm going to do comparable to the 9mm. So with the 45, this cartridge at the muzzle is traveling at 1,000 feet per second and has 411 foot-pounds of energy. Now, when you stretch it out to 50 yards, the velocity drops down to about 936 feet per second, and the energy drops down to 360 foot-pounds. Now, we're going to stop there at 50 yards, and I'm going to refer to the same ammunition in 9mm. So a 9mm, we're going to use the standard size 115 grain. 115 grain of Hornady Critical Defense is traveling at 1,135 feet per second. The muzzle energy is 329 foot-pounds at the muzzle. When you stretch it out to 50 yards, it drops down to 1,025 feet per second, and the muzzle or the energy released is 268 foot-pounds. Now, I'm not a math expert, but at 50 yards, we're traveling at 1,025, 268 foot-pounds. On the 45, we're traveling at 936 and 360. It's 100 foot-pounds more energy and only about 100 feet less per second. Now, when you talk about capacity, if you look at this other video, this gun holds the same exact number of rounds as the subcompact Glock 9mm. They both hold 10 rounds in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. And I ask you folks, I challenge you, which one would you rather have? The more powerful round that will knock something over, is an absolute guaranteed, or would you want something that you need more rounds for? And you don't have more rounds, folks, unless you carry a bigger gun. That's just the bottom line. I know the 9mm people want to believe that what they have is the best, but it's not. Now, another thing that people are not taking into effect, I picked standard weight 9mm, which is 115 grain, and gave you those readings. This is not standard 45. This is lighter. This is 185 grain. So that means it's going to move in less mass, and it's going to make less of an effect. If you step up to 230 grain, the statistics go way more. You can never make a 9mm round as effective in energy, knockdown power, whatever have you, as you can a 45. It will never happen, folks. The reason people like to shoot 9mm is there's a little less recoil. Well, that is for lazy people that do not know how to train. They cannot control their firearm. They cannot control their weapon. Therefore, they probably shouldn't be carrying a firearm. Proper training will allow you to carry anything. 10mm, 44 Magnum, 357 Magnum revolver. It doesn't matter. If you train with it, you can be efficient with what you carry. But I'm telling you, folks, with a 9mm, it's going to take all of the rounds that you have. All of them. This one gets it done a lot easier, a lot less rounds fired. And if you want to argue about the price of ammunition, this does cost more than 9mm. But if you want to argue about the cost of ammunition, you probably are in the wrong game. Nobody takes their car down to the local mechanic and when it needs brakes and they say put the cheapest ones on. No, they say put the best ones on because I need this thing to work. Well, a 9mm may or may not work every time. This will. This is why when this cartridge came out, the 9mm and 38 Special, which is the same size as a 9mm bullet, was not effective. It was not knocking down soldiers in war and everything, and they needed something to equalize or neutralize the threat immediately. Knock somebody to the ground, and this will get it done. The 9mm did not get it done, and this is why this cartridge even exists. It's because the 9mm was insufficient at what it was doing. I am not a 9mm hater. I have many 9mm weapons. I will not carry one unless it's an absolute emergency, unless nothing else is available. I want something that I'm relying on my life on that will 100% work, and it will work quickly and efficiently. I do not care that people can carry 20 rounds of 9mm around. It's going to take all 20 of them. It's only going to take 10 of these. Hopefully it doesn't take that many. But folks, all these ballistic experts out there and everything that says modern 9mm ammunition has come a long way, they are right. It has come a long way. It has not caught up to the 45 ACP, and it never will, because 45 ACP ammunition has also come a long way. They make modern 45 ACP ammo that absolutely blows 9mm ammunition away. If you have to soup up a Honda Civic to keep up with a Bugatti, you can do that if you have enough money. The minute somebody touches the Bugatti, well, the Honda Civic's done. That's the same way with a 45 versus a 9mm, folks. I mean, I just don't know how to say it any differently. People are simply wrong. That's all they are. They're wrong. This is a great carry option. If you prefer to carry a 9mm, do it. But don't sit there and argue about these stupid ballistics things. I didn't even mention the 100-yard stats, because I don't think that anybody should be shooting a handgun at 100 yards. First of all, it's stupid, unless you just want to go out there and play a game at the range. But if you're shooting in a self-defense scenario with a handgun at 100 yards, you're committing murder. And that's just the bottom line. Somebody that's 100 yards away is no longer a threat to you, and this gun was meant for self-defense. Self-defense is close quarters, inside your home, inside of a short quarters, parking lot, wherever. A park, somebody that's a threat to you, an immediate threat. This is not a sniper rifle. You don't need to be shooting at 100 yards, but the 100-yard stats are pretty impressive too. And yes, the 45 critical defense does beat out the 9mm critical defense, the same ammunition. And if you want to talk about buffalo bore loads and all this stupid crazy ammunition, well, they also make that for 45 ACP, which is going to be more powerful, folks. It's a bigger round. It's a more powerful round. It's like comparing a 44 Magnum to a 357 Magnum. The 357 Magnum is awesome, but the 44 Magnum is going to be more powerful every time. I want to put this to bed. There's nothing wrong with the 45 ACP cartridge. There's nothing wrong with people that carry it. If you prefer to carry 9mm and whatever floats your boat, that's what makes this country a free country. But do not go on there and make uneducated comments about something you do not know what you're talking about. It makes people look stupid that do this. There's nothing wrong with this cartridge. 45 ACP has been around over 100 years, and it continues to be around. If it was obsolete, they wouldn't make it anymore. The reason they make it is people buy it because it's an effective round, and it has many uses. It's great for target shooting. It's great for self-defense. It's great for carry. It's great for home defense. It is a good round. 9mm is also a good round. It's just not as powerful as a 45. But anyway, folks, I wanted to make this video, explain a couple things to you, show you a couple of statistics. I'm not really a statistics guy. This is the first time I ever had to read something off of a notepad. But let me know what you think. I know all the 9mm people are going to be upset, and that's fine. But science is science, and that's just the bottom line. Thank you very much, folks, for watching my video, and you folks have a great day.